All right, I got the one pick for the Sacramento Kings. If I'm the Kings, this pick's easy. It's Darren Peterson. Your franchise, you were lighting that beam up a few years ago with Fox and Sabonis, and the fans were in it, and it was great. Now you're just a joke of an organization. With this pick here, you get the best player in the guard. This guy's 6'6", strong frame, long arms. He can do everything on offense. He's a badass defender. He's an all-world athlete. You get, in my mind, a guy who reminds me of Ant-Man a little bit, and a guy that's an actual building block that you haven't had in quite some time, I guess, since De'Aaron Fox. But this guy is De'Aaron Fox on steroids. He's a much better player. You kick the can on your current pieces, Levine, Sabonis. The team's a joke. Get this guy in there, tear everything down, build around him. If I'm the Sacramento Kings, I think I'm raving and so ecstatic that we got a legit superstar guy that should be the face of our franchise and the cornerstone for many years. If he wants to stay in Sacramento long term, that actually might be a problem in the future. But Peterson, he's the 1-1. He's bulletproof, it seems. So we're picking this guy here. I mean, he has no holes in his game. He's an NBA ready player.
I mean, it'd be the best prospect they've probably ever had. Maybe Chris Webber.
Yeah.
But it's him and Webber.
And the only concerns with this guy too are some slight character concerns. But you got to think about it too. Like this guy also like. If we were in 2004, he would not be playing in college. He would go straight to the league. And so guys like this, like, you got to, I think, give him some leeway a little bit, with the personality concerns. And, I mean, he's a home run pick. I mean, he literally has no weaknesses whatsoever.
I'm with you. I think the only, kind of to piggyback on what you're saying, the only concern and, somewhat comparison I would have for him is the Ben Simmons situation at LSU. He's a way better prospect than Ben Simmons, but just the way that panned out and how Ben panned out in the league would worry me a little bit, but he's pretty hard to pass up, especially if you're Sacramento.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a better prospect than Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons was a great prospect.
Ben Simmons coming out was like...
I mean, this is like the best...
LeBron.
The Ben
this
Simmons
is like the
thing,
best
though, was honestly
guard.
a thing that no one could predict. Like, I don't think anyone thought that was going to happen. I mean, he was great early on, too.
I mean, he was on a clear Hall of Fame trajectory his first 4 years.
Well, and the problem too, I mean, Ben Simmons literally didn't shoot once at LSU. This guy has shown he could score at all three levels. He can guard the 1 through the 3. He could be the engine of the offense, and really, he could be a guy that averages 30 and 5 in his sleep. Honestly.
All right, 2 pick. If I'm the Indiana Pacers, first off, if I get the 2 pick, I'm just ecstatic. In my Halliburton down year, I move up to 2 and get to pair either A.J. DeBonza or Cameron Boozer with Tyrese Halliburton as his running mate for the next decade, and you get Pascal for the next 3-4 years. But given how Tyrese Halliburton plays and the speed of this team, I'm moving away from Cameron Boozer, and we're going A.J. DeBonza. A supreme athlete, averages 22 and 8. He's a great defender, and he fits right alongside Pascal as that other just two-way wing that can score, defend, do everything on the floor. I think that's a perfect fit with Tyrese Halliburton. If I'm a Pacers fan and I get the 2 pick and we get A.J. DeBonza, I'm losing my mind because now I think I've got a dynamic duo pairing that's going to rival the best in the league for the next 5-10 years.
You get a guy that could potentially be Pascal on steroids.
100%.
Literally. And
yeah.
I think him and Tyrese would be dynamite. I mean, if you could run Tyrese and then those 2 guys at your wings, I mean, talk about 3 and D alone, but I mean, with this guy can do fucking everything.
Yeah. He's an absolute stud. And also having Pascal there gets to kind of groom him too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a home run pick.
Yeah, I like that pick. I mean, he has such a high ceiling. I don't think you can pass. I even have a hard time with the Kings passing AJ up. I get why you did it, but if the Pacers landed AJ with Halliburton coming back, then they're in a great spot.
I think that AJ just fits a little better with Hallie, just because, I mean, just for the wing. I feel like Halliburton's a guy, he's running the offense, he's the engine. Just get these Cooper Flag light players that can just play on the wing and just cut and play a little point forward and play out in space, and he doesn't need the ball in his hands at all times. Peterson kind of maybe more needs the ball in his hands and needs to be able to operate. He probably can play off ball. We haven't seen a lot of it yet, but no, AJ, I was saying that he reminds me of Cooper Flag.
Yeah. All right. If I'm the Hawks, obviously you just traded away Trae Young. You need a point guard. Flemings is sitting right there, and he's pretty hard to pass up. But I think you have to go Cameron Boozer. I mean, he's averaging 23, 10, and 4. You're going to pair him with Jalen Johnson, Reese Shea, Dyson Daniels, Nikhil Alexander Walker. And Cameron Boozer, I know there's questions around his athleticism, but at the end of the day, he's on an athletic team already. And so it's not like you need him to be the force or the center of your defense. He's good enough to block some shots, and he can also shoot the three, which I like as well.
I love it. You're right. I think it's hard to pass up Flemings there because of the hole at point guard. But, I mean, you get Boozer and Jalen Johnson to build around as your two forward spots, or you move Boozer to center at some point. Like, that's a pretty amazing building block to have. All you need to guard at that point, and you're in serious business.
Yeah, if you're them, you got to pick Boozer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of those – you can't lose your job over it because he's supposed to go top 3. But, I mean, hell, if you pick the wrong guy there and pass up on Cam, like you could very well lose your job. At 4, we got the Wizards. Now, I know they got Sarr there. They just brought in AD, but we're still going to go with Caleb Wilson. He's the 4th best player in this class. There's no questions asked. It's kind of a top 4-tier system, and I don't really give a shit that AD's there. I mean, AD's there, whatever. But, I mean, Caleb Wilson and Alex Sarr, that front court could be absolutely disgusting. Both of these guys are long, super athletic, can guard the rim, can guard smaller guards. And Caleb Wilson, I know Sarr went 1. He's a better prospect than Sarr ever was. He would have gone 1 in that draft in a heartbeat. And this guy, he's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. Like I said, he's an elite defender. He can guard the rim. He can guard smaller guys. He's a great slasher. He's got a good bag. He's got a good handle, and he actually can shoot quite decent too. He's kind of a not a complete player because his shooting still isn't there. I think he's shooting like 33% from 3 right now. It's not like he's like a surefire knockdown, but he's got great shooting mechanics. You could see it happen there, and he really may have the most upside out of anybody in this draft class if it all pans out. But with his size and athleticism and his skill, I don't even care about the other players here and the fit with AD. We're going BPA here. Washington needs some studs, and this guy with Sarr and Johnson, I mean, Trae Young, AD, I don't give a shit. This guy, you're picking this guy no matter what here at 4. No matter what team you are, you're picking this guy at 4.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. He's the 4th best guy in this class. I mean,
this guy would go
kind of a top 4.
This guy would go 1 in a lot of drafts.
Yeah,
you're getting 4.
It's an auto pick, honestly. Like, there's really not much else you can do. At 5 for the Brooklyn Nets, we're going Kingston Flemings. You have probably the severest lack of just straight talent of any team in the NBA. You've got to just go best player available regardless. You just got rid of Cam Thomas, so the holes opened up in the guard spot. You've got a ton of different young players. You bring Kingston Flemings in. The guy has been unbelievable this year. He's a fantastic driver, fantastic in the paint. His jump shot is coming along really nicely. I know that's what the one little scare on him is, his jump shot consistently, but we've seen it consistently at points throughout this season. I think he's the clear 5th best player in this draft. And if you're Brooklyn, you got to go with best player available, and you get a cornerstone guard to build your franchise around for the next 5 years. I think this is almost an auto pick, a lot like the Wizards with Wilson.
Yeah, his shooting, his mid-range has been fucking nasty this year. And, like, I mean, in Sampson's system, too, like, freshmen never do anything for him to just come in and just burst onto the scene like this. He's another guy, too. Like, in a lot of drafts, he could go 1, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's really, this class is so fucking deep. It's nuts.
He's a great playmaker, too.
Yeah.
He's just an all-around awesome offensive guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that pick. All right. If you are the Jazz, you just made a bunch of moves. You don't need a point guard. You got Keontae George. You just got Jaren Jackson. I think I'm going to go with Nate Ament here. Averaging 17 and 6. You're going to pair him with Jackson in the backcourt. You got Lowry Markkanen as well. I think he's a great young player to kind of develop alongside Triple J. You got Nurkic at the center. Walker Kessler coming back after injury next year. So I think that kind of puts you in a great spot with your Kings, given the talent that they already have. They're kind of loaded if you think about it with just pieces. And so I think Nate Ament's a good piece to add to that roster that's developing.
I like it. I think you would consider a guard there, but you got Keontae George, who's averaging 7 assists a game. The fit does seem a little odd with Laurie, Jaren Jackson, and Walker Kessler once he's back. Like, I don't really know where you find minutes for him early on in his career, but, you're the Jazz. You got to go with the best. You can't really be focused on, what position you're taking. Obviously, if you can get a shooting guard, I think that's the best case scenario for them. But, the two best guards right now left on the board are both point guards. So, you can go Cuff from Arkansas. I guess you could maybe put him in at shooting guard. But
I think Keaton Wagler would have been dynamite there because you got Keontae George as your kind of off-ball guard. And if I'm Dallas right now, I'm going to put this ticket in quick for him. And that's
I just like the. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
No, I just like the. I think a man has a lot of upside. I know Wagler from Illinois has been playing pretty well. As Luke said, I just kind of think you take the best available if you're Utah, and you can always move somebody too. Like you have all those pieces in the future, you can move one of them and go get some proven point guard as well.
Yeah, I think the only concern though is you also just drafted Ace Bailey, and so like you've almost got sort of a log jam at your forward spots and in your front court between Ace Bailey, Lauri Markkanen, Jaren Jackson, Walker Kessler, and now Nate Amen. So but that's something Will Hardy's gonna have to work out, and they can move pieces. So
yeah.
All right, like I said, so if I'm Dallas, Dallas they need a guard. They have the centers. I know Lally's been hurt. Cooper's there. We're gonna build around him. We have no really guard play. We have Kyrie, but we really need a playmaker. We need someone that could really run the offense, and that's Keaton Wagler. This guy's a 6'6", 180 freshman guard. He's super athletic. He's got great size. He's got sick vision and an awesome feel for the game. He's drawing comps to Tyrese Halliburton, and he's a good scorer, and he's a great shooter. And his concerns coming out right now are kind of his skinnier frame and potentially getting bullied on defense, but don't get it twisted. This guy is an awesome scorer. He's a guy that's been rising up boards, and he has just great craft, great touch, great vision, and really a guy that can set up your offense and build your offense around. And I think with the Mavs, if you could put Kyrie at the 2, have this guy be your 1, then you have Cooper Flagg in the centers, it's going to work out so good. And I think versus like a Michael Brown who's more of a pure scorer, or even like a Cuff, I want a guy that can run my offense and not fill the Luka Doncic, elephant-sized shoes, but be someone that I can be confident in that can go get me 7, 8 assists a game, and so we're not playing 5'9" Ryan Nembhard. And this guy gives you all that plus a lot more. And if he fills in that frame a little bit more too, he actually could be a pretty nice versatile defender too that could guard like the 1 through the 3 even. He's 6'6", and he's a point guard. So he's still a slight bit raw, and that's the reason why he's not in the top 3 or 4. But with his trajectory and where his game's going, he's a guy that there might be talks about him going 5 with Flemings if he keeps playing this well. So I think if I'm Dallas, I'm super happy with getting him there.
I'm a little surprised you didn't go Michael Brown or Acuff.
Yeah, I probably would have gone.
I think I would have gone
there.
Either of them.
I don't.
I get you're buying the upside, but there's still some serious talent up top.
Well, Michael Brown. Michael Brown's not as good of a playmaker. He's been really inconsistent too. He's been a super high volume shooter, and the team's actually been better when Michael Brown's out. He's been hurt a little bit too. The reason I didn't like Michael Brown is they kind of like gave him some Trae Young sort of comps a little bit to where he's kind of just volume empty bucket shooter, and I more just like the fit with Wagner, especially too like if I'm Dallas and I'm assuming Kyrie's going to come back next year, maybe the year after that. Him and Michael Brown in the backcourt, you're going to get cooked offensively. Same thing with a Cuff too. A Cuff 6'3". He's a little thicker, but he's not a good defender at all too. Like you talk to any Arkansas basketball fan, Darius and Acuff's defense is a legitimate problem, and him and Kyrie in the backcourt it wouldn't work at all. And I think Wagler just kind of fits the team too. And Wagler, he's not diamond on defense, but he at least has the size to where he can grow into his build and actually become a really capable defender as well.
All right, Memphis. We're going Darius Acuff. We know Ja's getting out of town. This team is about to be horrible. You've got Zach Edey down low, his great interior defense and post presence. We're going to get a combo guard who can score the basketball and pass with some of the best in this class, and a guy who's got serious potential of being a guy who can push into the upper 20s in scoring and get close to that 10 assist range at his peak. I think here you got to shoot for the upside. What we've seen from Acuff this season has been fantastic. You've got really nothing else to build around. So if I'm Memphis, I'm going to get him. I'm figuring out a way to get Ja out of town, and I'm riding with him now as the face of my franchise and my star young player.
I love that. If you're Memphis, like you have nothing to lose if you're Memphis.
Yeah, why not?
You have all the picks in the world. Your team's already got torn down to the studs, and I think like people have concerns about Acuff, about his defense, if he can play an off ball and all that. But I mean, yeah, like you said, if you're doing this plan, you're shipping Ja out and you're just going Acuff, tank next year, probably tank the next, and then just restockpile your young talent with all the picks you also have coming in as well. And I think Acuff is honestly super underrated. He's a awesome scorer. And people don't talk about his vision. He's averaging 7.5 assists a game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
he's shooting 42% from three.
Yeah.
Like, he's a fantastic shooter.
No, he's an animal.
All right. If you are the Milwaukee Bucks, you are also about to be terrible. Giannis is out of there, and he's taking his brother Thanasis with him. So, I think you go best available here, and you take Mikal Brown. I mean, 6'5", averaging 17 and 5, athletic as hell. And you can pair him with Miles Turner at your center. I know you have Ryan Rollins that's already there, and he's been playing pretty well. But at the end of the day, again, I think you have to go best available here. You got Kevin Porter Jr., who I think has a lot of upside. Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis is still there. And like I said, you're about to be really bad. So I think you go ahead and take Mikal Brown and then just build around him. That's kind of your future going forward. And, yeah, obviously I think you can take a center as well. So, like, the center Sanak from Houston is still available that I thought about. But at the end of the day, like I said, take best available, take Mikal Brown. If he falls this low, he's pretty hard to pass up.
Agreed. He's too good of a talent at this point, and especially if you're Milwaukee with really no other building blocks once you trade Giannis, you got to take him. I think he's the clear best player available at this point in the draft.
And if you're Milwaukee too, you trade Giannis, you're a team that's not concerned about winning at all right now.
No.
And Mikal Brown, they say may be empty stats, but hell, you could just put him back in there and let him run the show for a year, and we don't care if you shoot 35%. Just chuck up shots and learn the game. So yeah,
and that's going to build his confidence up. And like I said, that's the guy you're building around. So you're not worried about winning or empty stats when you're that bad. You just want him to get as much experience as he can, and develop as quick as he can.
I like it. With the last pick, the Bulls at 10, we're going with Koa Pete. We already have 1 million guards after the trade deadline, and Koa Pete, I know he can't shoot the three ball to save his life. We haven't really even seen him try, but this guy may have more upside than arguably anybody in this draft. He's 6'8", 240 with a 7'1" wingspan. He's an insane defender. He's super athletic. He's arguably the best player on the best team in the country. And he's also a great scorer. He has a great inside game. He's got great handles. His really only knack is that he can't shoot. And if he's not able to develop that, at the very least, you're going to have maybe like a P.J. Washington type player, that's a badass defender, could even be a small ball 5 in some lineups, could guard the 1 through the 5, super athletic, winning player, can fit any system. And your starting small forward now is Isaac Okoro. So you get Koa Pete in there, you bank on the upside, and you bank on the fact that if this guy can develop some sort of shot, he could be an all-NBA player. There's no doubt about it. The scouts have been raving about this guy, and he was great coming out of high school. And if he does get that shot going, he could legitimately be an all-NBA player. And even if he doesn't, his floor is still being a solid starter. So I think at 10 here, if you're Chicago, it's really good value.
I agree. My only concern is it's more to do with who I have on my team than Koa Pete as a player, and it's Josh Giddey. Like, if I have Josh Giddey and Koa Pete on the floor at the same time, like, especially early on in his career when the shot hasn't developed yet, whether it does or not, it's going to be hard on offense to score when you got Giddey and Koa Pete on the floor, two guys you don't have to worry about from the perimeter shooting. That'd be my only concern, but I think you're right. Like, the upside's there. He's a fantastic defender. He's a great scorer inside. And like you said, at this point at 10, I don't think you can pass it up. But I'd be pretty concerned about the Giddey Koa Pete pairing.
Yeah,
I agree. Chicago, though, I don't really care. Like, we're not winning now, anyways, and we got all these super young guards on our team, anyways, and like this is a guy too that like I said, he could be a 4 for you, and hell, you can have some lineups where he's a small ball 5. So, and you have other shooters around. I think at 10, I just think that upside at 10 is really hard to pass up.
No, I agree. I do the same thing.
Upside with a solid floor, like he's not one of these guys that's like super raw and it's like, oh, the upside's really good, but he could be a complete bust. Like worst case, this guy's probably going to be a really good rotational player for his career. So like